not very big. To down to our high school?
Dondero.
Oh, Dondero.
Dondero. Yeah, no longer there anymore. Did you know that?
Yeah, I know that because I saw the old mascot, the dog was on Craigslist being auctioned off.
The guy, we were the Oaks.
Oh, were you?
Yeah, the Royal Oak. Because originally it was Royal Oak High School. Royal Oak Oaks. They really did a great job on that. They really did. It was called the Royal Oak Oaks. A friend of mine,
what's your fight song? As Strong as an Oak?
No, our fight song was the same as Machine States, which really always angered me.
I like one fight song just to be fight.
Yeah, what was your fight song? Did you guys have a fight song? Did you have a football team?
No, we didn't have a football team. We were too small. And we were too small. Like this way, I was in a very small town, very rural area.
Did you have any sports?
Yeah, we had soccer.
Oh, yeah, because you're from Canada. So you had Wait, you had soccer, hockey, and probably lacrosse, right?
No, we didn't have a lacrosse team. Again, we were so spread out. I mean, you got to drive forever just to get to the next school. So.
That's funny.
I know. I was wondering.
Yeah, knocking at Josh. Smart up. That's what I'm trying to say. Smart up. Time to smart up. But yeah, if you're you gotta have a mask on these days.
We had a real creative mask.
Oh, really? Let's go to Brian. What's going on, Brian?
Hey, what's going on, guys? How you doing?
Doing good. What's your comment, man?
I was just listening to you talking about that Craigslist ad, and it wasn't the exact same car, I'm sure. I mean, this was a Chevette, but I believe my parents bought that very car or an ad similar to that when I was a teenager.
Oh, yeah.
The automotive chastity belt?
Ugly Chevette. It was the worst thing in the world. No backseat in this thing. It had 280,000 miles. I got it. And I know a kid drove it back in 20 years. How many miles?
Well, I guess when this was happening, when the victim was able to fight back at the bully, she said, well, that's what you get. You act like a dog, you get treated like a dog.
And did she get fired?
She's been fined.
You act like an idiot, you get fired like an idiot.
Yeah, I guess the bully cried.
Of course he did.
He's 8.
And then the parents came in and said, my kid's never acted like this before. He's a great kid. You're wrong. We're suing the school. He's never done anything wrong. Because 9 times out of 10, when the kid acts like a jackass, the parents are also jackasses.
Oh.
9 times out of 10.
Yeah.
Or they think
Jimmy would never do that.
Yeah, Jimmy would never do that. Oh my gosh, you know what I mean? He's just misunderstood. It's
but
like,
we have this video evidence. It shows Jimmy lighting the school on fire. No, that's not Jimmy. That's not my Jimmy.
That's somebody else. That's somebody else.
This story's crazy. This Hungarian man sliced off one of his arms as he was trying to work on this machine that deals with construction rubble.
Yeah.
37-year-old known as simply Tibor.
Remember, that was the name that Homer Simpson always used when he wanted to blame it on the some sort of accident. They blame it on Tibor.
Yeah, the janitor.
Yeah.
This guy sliced off his arm, grabbed his arm out of the machine, and then drove 10 miles to a hospital. He survived, and they reattached his arm.
And you've never worked in a factory, right?
No.
Because I worked in a factory, and that was always my biggest fear, is getting my hand caught in something. And that feeling when you've ever gotten it, either your arm, your fingers, or anything, even for just a slight second, when you were like, oh my God, I could have lost my hands, those are the worst feelings. You're like, oh, dear Lord, I don't want to forever be missing a nub of my finger, and everyone will call me nubjules, because... or something clever. I mean, right, there's a million different ways you can go with it, because they wouldn't call me by name. They'd call me Stumpy or Stubby or something like that. But, you know, forever having to explain. Because that's the thing, if you're missing a finger, you have to explain that 10 to 20 times a day.
Yeah, what's
what
the story
happened
behind that?
Well, yeah, because I think as much as people are like, don't ask, there's a million people out there, what's up with your stump? Born like that? No, wasn't born like this. What happened? How's that work? Happened. How'd it happen? And you're like, dude, I don't want to talk about from standing in line at McDonald's. We just get our food.
I saw this story the other day on TV about these two Iraq War veterans who started at their own small business, and they both are missing a limb. One a leg, one an arm. They call the place Stumpies.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just because they're like, what are we going to call this? And I guess one of their wives said, are we really discussing this? And she said, I think it's pretty obvious what you guys are going to call it. Look at both of you.
Yeah, look at you. We call it Stumpy. Scott, what happened to you?
Me?
Yeah, are you Scott?
Yeah, I'm Scott.
Scott, you're on 80NX. What happened to you?
I was working at a dog treat factory, and I had to cut the beef jerky on a bandsaw.
Oh,
and
no.
my glove got caught in the saw blade, and like you were saying, like, I thought I was going to lose my hand, like, everything slowed down, and like, it cut my glove off. That's how close it came, and it didn't even nick my skin, though.
Oh, well, that's good. Were you not able to reach, like, the emergency stop button?
There was no emergency stop button. We had, because it was like an old bandsaw, so we just had it wired in live, so it's like, as soon as you plugged it in, it was on.
Yeah, OSHA probably would be all over that.
Oh yeah, that place was so unsafe. There was a bucket full of like raw meat and stuff, and one of the guys that was cleaning it out got some on his lip, and he came into work like 2 days later, and he had like the biggest, nastiest cold sore I ever saw.
That'll teach him to eat out of the bucket.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
Yeah.
Scott, we'll be happy you kept your hand. Can you imagine walking in, you have a cold sore, you didn't get it from some hooker, you got it from a bucket full of meat.
Man, that's nuts. First of all, it just leaves a bucket full of meat laying around.
Cool people.
I don't know about cool. It's not the word I would use. According to a new survey, the average woman spends around $380 on new clothes to take on a trip, and the average trip costs around $1,100. So that means the new clothes equal around 1/3 of the cost for the vacation itself.
It's so true. Why do we do this, though?
Got to look good. Got family photos have to look good. You got to look good on Facebook. Here, I can't wear this shirt. I wore it all last summer. People got to know I went away and that I look fabulous.
Right, or your shorts don't fit from last year, so you go buy new ones.